Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Breakfast with Blaha. And today I'm having same thing I had the last couple ones of these. You guys already know. Talk about novices and conjugate. All right, a lot of people ask me, hey, it's really hard for a novice to do conjugate, especially if they don't have a lot of equipment, they're in a commercial gym. I'm going to completely disagree with that. It's hard for a novice to run conjugate at home who just has a barbell. Most box gyms have all sorts of posterior chain equipment. They have cables, they have all sorts of stuff. Okay, they have things. So it really isn't that hard. And here's what I mean. All right, you take a novice lifter, and they're not in a specialized gym. They're in a regular box gym. They don't need the same variation. Right? The more advanced you get, that's when you really need to invest in equipment. And when I say that, people say, well, I can't. Well, then you can't train ideally, and you're going to have higher injury rates, and you're going to limit yourself. If it's important to you and you're going to train for 5+ years, 10 years, you will find a way to make this work. Okay, that's a nonsense excuse. All right. At the very least, start building up your garage gym. And if you've been taking training seriously for 5 years and you don't have a way to do that, I don't know what you've been doing with your life. Okay, you need to get your life in order. All right, that being said, let's talk about novices. All right, if a novice can safely max and they have good form on a box squat, they can run conjugate. Now, they don't need that much variation. Let's say they just have basic racks, barbells, regular gym, dumbbells, cables, maybe a little bit of posterior chain stuff if they're lucky. What are they going to do? Come in and do a max effort day, they can do a speed day, right? Upper, lower. Maxes. Novice lifter needs 4 maxes for upper, 4 maxes for lower. You can do all that with a barbell. That's how easy this is. Without even going into incline, decline, overhead pressing, watch. Bench press, close grip bench press, floor press, pin press. There we go. 4 exercises. They can max on them every 4 weeks. All right? 4-week rotation. They'll PR every 4 weeks. Lower body, box squat. You can do a back squat or a pin squat, right? 2 squats. We have sumo deadlift, we have conventional deadlift. 4 lower body lifts. You need a barbell and a rack. Be nice if they have other stuff. Yeah, they should probably come up with more variations over time. They need to take those up to 6 variations before long. For a few months, novice can do that, assuming they build just a little bit of a base on a novice template. All right, accessory work. You need 4 exercises, right? Don't try to come in and do 10. 4. Well, what's a novice going to do? 1 supplemental press, right? It could be bench press. It could be dumbbell presses. You know what? Change it every 3 weeks. How's that? Maybe 3 weeks of bench, 3 weeks of dumbbell bench, maybe 3 weeks of incline, 3 weeks of floor press. Right? And do that all at a commercial gym. Maybe 4 different supplemental lifts. You could even work close grip bench as one of those. Some sort of row, some sort of vertical pull. Okay. Vertical pull, pull-ups. Don't do a bunch of chin-ups. We don't need underhand stuff. Pull-ups. I'm not strong enough to do pull-ups. I'm too weak of a novice. All right, then do lat pull-downs. Do band-assisted pull-ups. Okay, you can do pull-ups. Hang a band under you. Do band-assisted ones with a reverse band. Some type of row. Pin-lay row, bent-over row. Don't do Yates rows. Dumbbell rows, right? We need a vertical pull, a horizontal pull. Pick a tricep exercise. So 1 supplemental press, because we're going to do speed benching too. 1 tricep movement, 1 vertical pull, 1 horizontal pull. Okay? Rotate them every 3 weeks. Try to progress on them really hard. Lower body. Box squat for speed work. Do all your speed stuff around 50%. All right? About 50%. Maybe 40% of your maxes. It better be fast. That might even be better for novices. Maybe go 40% and start there. Alternate conventional and sumo on speed work. Right? Alternate sumo and conventional on speed work. Done. Supplemental work, you need a good morning of some type. So I don't know if I need to do a narrow stance, wide stance. Well, change it every 3 weeks. How about you just change it to match your speed pulls? 3 weeks of conventional deadlift, 3 weeks of sumo deadlift. 3 weeks of narrow stance, good mornings, 3 weeks of wide stance, good mornings. Okay, probably need 3 more lower body supplemental lifts. I don't know, come up with stuff. Make it posterior chain dominant. You could do some leg presses or something as one of them. Or a one-legged exercise. All right, maybe. Glute bridges, hip thrusts. Okay, if you don't have a bunch of equipment, you got those. How about hyperextensions? Most gyms have some sort of hyperextension bench. Hyperextensions. Do a hamstring curl. Right? Find a way to do. There's going to be most little crappy commercial gyms have a hamstring curl. Now you guys can see why if you have a home gym this is harder. Right? You have to get creative with the posterior chain. You might need to work in some Romanian deadlifts, all sorts of stuff. But hey, let's come over. Okay? You have a home gym. You don't have any good equipment. Better have some bands and a rack. All right, Romanian deadlifts. You should do Romanian deadlifts against your mini bands if you need a variation. There's a second lift. Good mornings, you do them against your mini bands too. You have 4 different good mornings. All right, so 30 pounds of bands over the bar. Attach it to your rack. Glute bridge or hip thrust. Came up with 3 with variations of each. What are you going to do for hamstrings? Lay on your bench and do hamstring curls against bands if you have to. 4 exercises. Progress on them hard. Novice lifter, you follow the system and you film yourself, make sure you're maxing correctly. Use good form on your maxes. Do max effort day, speed day every week for both upper and lower each. 4 supplemental lifts. You don't need any special equipment for that. You can do everything I just listed in 95% of crappy box gyms. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.